Hi, I'm Shane, Product Development Engineer with Quick Attach. Today we're going to talk about the features and benefits of our Mini Brush Buster HD. Our latest version of this brush mower has an updated deck and drive system to handle heavier duty brush. These updates are meant to accommodate higher horsepower minis in the market. As the mini skid steer loaders have gotten larger in the marketplace, we've adjusted our designs to handle the higher horsepower. To start with, I'd like to talk about the improved structure of the mower deck. We have a lot of 3/8 inch material here, such as this rib that runs full length of the deck. We have 3/8 inch skid shoes as well as cross members. And we have a lot of structure here tying both sides of the deck together and gussets that run down to the sides of the deck. So the structure and the shape is very boxy, very strong with a lot of welding. Okay, we're going to do a small demonstration here of the type of typical brush material that this brush mower is made for. We have several pieces here that are about 1 inch diameter, and we're just going to cut this down, get it down on the ground. We're going to do a couple back drags, kind of chop it up a little bit and give you a before and after. Okay, so this is what we have after we did a couple back drag passes here. This is an area that's actually sloping downhill. I wouldn't normally back drag up a hill like that because with mini loaders you're kind of limited on horsepower, but it gives you an idea of what kind of finish you can have after a couple back drags. There was a couple larger chunks of wood, something like this. It takes a couple shots to get that busted up. Typically this type of debris being small enough now and opened up, it's going to decay faster now that it's in the open. So this is a really nice way to get the brush down, get it chopped up a little bit, and get a nice finish. From this angle, you also get a really good look at the blade carrier plate here. This is a massive 1 inch by 6 inch solid steel bar that has the hub welded directly to it. This is so that we have a good match of mass and strength to match the performance of the mini loaders. So I've tipped the front of the mower deck up here so we get a better look at the components under the deck. I want to start with the blades. You'll notice that we have swing away blades here. This is a really nice feature when you're doing heavy brush cutting. It allows the blade to have some motion to it so it limits the impact loads to the rest of the driveline. These blades are forged and heat treated, so not only are they strong, but they're also heat treated so that they're not overly brittle, and they're tested to industry standards for safety. I also want to point out that we're using a forged bolt and a castle nut with a roll pin. This again is for safety. We're not using standard off-the-shelf types of hardware here. This is specially made grade 8 forged bolts that are made for this brush cutting application, and we're using a roll pin to secure the nut to make sure it doesn't come off. One of the key focuses in the design of this mower deck was to ensure that it was safe to use. One of the big features that makes this deck safer is that it has a rear deflector shield that is integral, built right into the mower deck, and it's supported by these big heavy ribs here. This is made to deflect the debris downwards instead of back at the operator. So I want to go into a little bit more detail about the structure of this deck. Here you get a better view of the 3/8 inch rib that runs the full length of the deck. It's welded from front to back. And it's also the bolting point for the mounting plate. This is important because this is where all the stress from the loader is going to accumulate. So you want this area to be really beefy, really thick, and it be able to handle those higher loads. Common to our previous model, we have the check valve here installed between the two lead hoses. The reason for that is to prevent hydraulic system pressure spikes when you shut the unit off. So I want to talk a little bit about the design of the gear train. The main reason we use a right angle gearbox in this mower is because with smaller and larger mini loaders, the flow rates are not high enough to really give you the kind of tip speed you need to cut grass and brush. So what we do then is use a gearbox with a 1 to 1.92 gear ratio increaser to speed up the tip speed, and we're able to use still a properly sized hydraulic motor. If you go to a direct drive gearbox, sometimes you get in a situation where you can't get the tip speed quite as fast as you'd like, so the performance does suffer. One of the big improvements in the gearbox is that it has a larger output shaft and it's coupled to tapered roller bearings. These are common bearings that you'll find in things like wheel hubs. It's an improvement over the previous gearbox that had heavy-duty ball bearings. So these type of bearings resist thrust load much better than ball bearings. I hope you've enjoyed the videos we made here today with these attachments. As always, check back often as we make more videos just like this. Give us a call and check out our website if you have any questions.